to Wednesday here at GPFans, plenty to get into on gpfans.com and of course on our social media platforms as well, GPFans Global, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok in terms of the build-up to the Spanish Grand Prix, but we're looking at the future of Formula One perhaps as Zak Brown talks about rotating races on an every other year basis, while Red Bull and Ferrari just start to lock horns in the war off the track in Formula One this season. I'm Ollie Wilson, this is GP Fans. Let's get into the headlines today. The war of words in the title races is going from lukewarm to simmering as Red Bull clap back against Ferrari's budget cap questioning. On Tuesday, GP Fans reported that Mattia Binotto was raising an eyebrow or two about Red Bull's rate of development this season already, with the Milton Keynes-based team bringing a number of upgrades to their car already in this first part of the season. The Ferrari team principal questioned if Red Bull would be able to continue their rate of improvement to their car considering the budget cap, saying that it was also a hope as well as a concern that Red Bull were draining their $140 million cap so early in the campaign. In reaction to the Scuderia's team principal's comments, Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has of course fired a shot back across the bow at Binotto and his team, pointing a finger at Carlos Sainz, with the Ferrari driver struggling this season after a number of spins that have led to damaging impacts with circuit walls through the first 5 races of the year. Speaking to Motorsport Total, Marko noted, "I don't think we are in a significantly different position to Ferrari in this respect, especially as I wonder what effect it has on them that Carlos Sainz has already crashed the car several times. It can't be cheap." The Red Bull man added that his own team are doing all they can to reduce the weight of the RB18, with each upgrade making the car lighter and lighter, and that all teams will be hamstrung by Formula One's financial restrictions this year. Elsewhere, McLaren CEO Zak Brown has once more questioned a handful of circuits on the Formula One calendar, saying F1 has 18 spectacular events in 2022. The other 5, according to Brown, don't come up to scratch, highlighting the success of the Miami Grand Prix off the track after the weekend brought the world's attention to F1 with a star-studded fanbase and sensational surroundings, aside perhaps from the fake water in the harbour. The on-track action was lacking during Formula One's first trip to America this season, but Brown noted that Singapore, Silverstone and Miami were 3 of the 18 races that create great events for F1 to bask in. Although Brown didn't publicly name the 5 races he believes that are perhaps lacking in spectacle, it's easy to speculate which races he could be referring to, with a little less pomp attached to races in Hungary, Imola, France, Belgium, even if 3 of those circuits are classic Formula One tracks that are beloved by many. Suggesting that 5 races don't match up to the commercial spectacle F1 is in at the moment, Brown suggested that expanding the number of circuits used by the sport while rotating events each season could be the answer to maximising the opportunities to develop F1's new flourishing markets and ones that they want to break into. You're running 20 to 30 races a year, but maybe you have 28 markets, so you have 16 to 17 core races and 10 that rotate every 2 years, said Brown. The Olympics and the World Cup are every 4, so an every other year scenario for some Grand Prix would maintain the levels of interest in them and would allow us to expand the markets we're in without expanding the race calendar itself. So what do you make of Formula One rotating around the globe, with tracks perhaps like Hungary used every other year while new markets are opened up to the sport? Or is Zak Brown once more just looking at the commercial success of F1 without perhaps looking at its storied history? Let us know in the comments section below, as well as your thoughts on Helmut Marko, who's just starting to up the ante in the war of words with Ferrari. And of course, hit subscribe to stick with us for the whole of the build-up to the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend.